we should not equate crisis with conflict or war.
Yeah.
I am not for a minute suggesting that what might happen is a hot war between China and the United States. If that does happen, it's not going to be limited to the Taiwan Strait.
It will be a world war.
It will be a world war.
Yeah.
And then we need not discuss the consequences of that. Crisis, to my view, is any disruption in the general area of Taiwan.
Right.
And that could take the form of intentional disruption in the submarine cables, where it could take the form of a quarantine or a blockade. It could take the form of an air defense identification zone, which disrupts commercial air traffic.
Sure.
And many other ways in which China can make life difficult for the Taiwanese. My paper basically suggests that any of these actions will have a huge knock-on effect on the Indian economy in 4 specific ways.
Right.
First, of course, is shipping will be affected.
Sure.
So all the Indian trade that flows into through the Malacca Straits to the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait will be disrupted.
Sure.
Anybody who is exporting to that part of the world, any Indian company, will automatically be affected, and that means a significant part of the Indian economy.
Sure.
Second is supply chains will be disrupted. And India, as we know, is importing $80 billion worth of Chinese goods.
Right.
So anybody who is importing from China or in the general region of East Asia,
Yes.
that industry will face distress and possibly collapse.
Right.
Thirdly, the semiconductor industry will be affected.
Absolutely.
And we tend to sometimes not realize how much it will affect us because we are a services-driven economy. We are not a manufacturing economy.
Exactly.
Therefore, the platform economy, e-commerce, IT-enabled services will all be affected. And this is from complex actions like, trading on the equity market or making a financial transaction to ordering a pizza.
Right.
Everything will, which means millions of Indians will be put out of jobs.
Sure.
Basically.
Absolutely.
And fourth is if the submarine cables are cut, of course, your IT industry suffers because we are connected to Silicon Valley and it all goes eastward.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think the implications are huge, and it's a very real possibility the crisis will occur in the next 5 to 10 years. So my paper suggests that we ought to be looking at this with a whole of government approach.
Yeah.
If we are not prepared, then the impact of the Russian invasion on Ukraine will, I'm afraid, look like a tea party as compared to what will happen if there is a crisis on the Taiwan Strait.